Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Todd from nopickspodcast.
What up, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, so today we got some Philly content, all right? Getting back to our roots. You know what I mean? Like we said, we're going to try to focus on Philly content, but, branch out and do other things, interesting conversations here and there. So today we got some interesting Philly content, right? So, Joe, I know this is a conversation that's near and dear to your heart, right? I'm going to play the clip, right? And I'm going to get a genuine reaction from you, right, in real time, all right? So let's pull this up.
Philadelphia police say they are ramping up efforts to crack down on illegal dirt bikes, four-wheelers, and ATVs. And as Steve Keeley reports, these bikes have been a problem in Philly for years.
A new mayor and a new police commissioner means a new approach to ATVs and dirt bike riders who acted as if they ruled the streets under the prior administration.
You're going to see a lot more ATV dirt bike enforcement.
And we saw the first of 2024 last night. As the temperatures hit the 60s, many riders hit the streets, and so did Philadelphia police, confiscating 15 unregistered four-wheel all-terrain vehicles in just 2 hours before it started raining.
Is one of the biggest drivers of the complaints that we get about quality of life issues.
And the complaints start back up as soon as the weather warms up and they're back on the streets.
People feel unsafe by it. People, in many cases, they feel terrorized by it. They're stuck in their cars. These ATVs are riding around recklessly, riding on sidewalks for pedestrians.
Most of these seized by police off the street never go back out on the street or back to their owners.
About 80% of them wind up getting destroyed because this is a common complaint. And it's not just Center City. We get it. Every neighborhood in the city complains about this.
We went along for one recent roundup in North Philadelphia in October. This was just days after this viral video of an armed biker with a gun attacked a DoorDash driver who had her children with her in the car right next to Philadelphia City Hall. And then there was this ATV rider who took a cinder block and smashed all the windows of this driver's vehicle right on Broad Street in mid-afternoon. Questions for police have always been, how do you safely catch these large groups of riders without making things even more dangerous?
There are policies that we have to stay within for the safety of our officers, the safety of the public, and also the safety of those riding these. It is a risky process to deal with them. We want to minimize the risk to the public. There's not a neighborhood in the city that isn't fed up with this nonsense.
Fines for those caught riding unregistered ATVs and dirt bikes are as high as $2,000, plus the loss of their machines, unless they somehow can win an appeal to get them back. In Center City, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.
Bro. So, like I said, I wanted to pull this up because I know this is a topic near and dear to your heart specifically. So, what's your thoughts, yo? What's your thoughts on Philly's crackdown on the ATVs and dirt bikes and shit?
Mayor Parker, thank you. Mayor Parker, excuse me. Thank you so much, because she said when she got in, listen, something's got to change about the city. We're going to get a handle on Kensington and the opioid crisis. We're going to stop with these dirt bikes and she's mentioned dirt bikes and ATVs is going to be high on the priority list. And she was following through on it, bro. And I respect her because she said she was going to do something about it. Right. And we're starting to see that happen. And I love it. I love it, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry, fellas. Listen, I'm not trying to hate on the people who ride the dirt bikes and ride the ATVs and the four-wheelers. I'm not. If that's one of your hobbies and you love it and you get joy out of it, I'm happy for you. But some of y'all be drawn. When I was driving Lyft for a little while, I haven't done it in a while, but when I was driving Lyft, I would see it all the time, bro. They be swerving in and out of traffic, wheelies going towards like opposing traffic, running red lights all of the time, halting interrupting traffic. Like, they do the stupidest stuff, and I'm like, how is this legal? How can you legally do this in the city? Not to mention some of them do this at 12 or 1 in the morning on weekdays, and it is so loud in the city, especially in the inner city. Like, bruh, listen, I support it. I'm with it. I'm happy this is happening. That's my initial thought. So how you feel about this?
I think it's an incredible thing. I can't think of a single possible reason where people would take issue with this. You know what I mean? Like, they're never done safely because you're not supposed to be riding those things on city streets, right? You're supposed to be riding them in, like, you know what I mean? Like not mountain terrain, but like grass, like
specified
shit, right?
tracks. Like, there's like areas where you can go and ride them. Yeah, like, right. But there ain't none of that in Philly.
No, and
they just
a
go
lot
on
of times
Cross Street.
They get together and it becomes crazy because they're like a mob. It's like 40 of them, 50 of them, driving together, and they make their own rules as they go along. So
Right.
it makes driving for the normal fucking everyday person a hassle, because it's like, bro, like I gotta wait till y'all drive by. If y'all feel like driving by, you know what I mean? Like y'all could just stop in the
Yeah.
middle of traffic if y'all want, hold up the whole fucking traffic. And a couple of them clips were like the people got violent. Remember that they
Right.
said, you know, the dude hit somebody's car with a center block.
With a center block. Right.
It's like, bro, like, yeah, y'all absolutely a nuisance. Yeah, y'all should be given a $2,000 fine. I think jail time is a little excessive. If you hit somebody's car with a center block, you should definitely go to jail. 1,000%, you should go to jail. I mean, I can't think of a single reason to dispute this law, to argue against it. I mean, who would even be on an opposing side? Like, I can't imagine the person that's like, okay, of course the 16-year-old, the 17-year-old, you know what? Maybe the 25-year-old, you know, with no W-2 ever in his history is like, oh, okay, this shit sucks or whatever. But like, this nigga not voting anyway, so he not gonna vote on no fucking you know, he on no, you know, city ordinance. Nigga don't know what the fuck that is.
Right.
He like, okay, cool.
Right.
Like, all thing he know is I have a dirt bike and the cops took it. I gotta save up for another one. That's
Right.
it. Like they're not worried about that. So yeah, take them, destroy them. Yeah, I support this shit. 100%.
I'm with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it, bro. Like there has to be, when you let certain things slide, it only gets worse. And we've talked about this in different contexts, but it's just like a fact of life. When you allow certain forms of criminal activity or disrespect or illegal activity, and just let, even if it's the small things, people start, you know, you give them an inch, they take a foot, whatever the
Yeah.
saying is, you know what I mean? You give them a couple inches, they want the foot, they want a couple feet. Like,
Yeah.
the more you allow it to be like, just overlook it or just let it just happen, it gets worse. And that's exactly what happened, bro. Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, Meek made the whole bike and ATV stuff in Philly like blow up. I don't know if it was happening before. It was happening before that, but
Yeah,
not as
before
big.
that.
When Meek came out with the "I'm a Boss" video, and the people was in the dirt bikes and the ATVs and all that, then I just saw it skyrocket, and everybody was doing it. You know, so I don't know if Meek made it cool to do it in Philly, and I don't even want to bring his name because he's drawn right now. But Freak Millie,
Right.
but you know, it's just, it got worse. And no, I'm with it, bro. I support it, and it's interesting, Ty, because I've thought about this before too, and I don't know if we talked about it, but like, do you think would it be smart of the city to like find or create a designated area where people could ride their ATVs and their dirt bikes, and then like have a fee or like some kind of some, like, put a cost to it so that the city can collect some money and make revenue off of this, and then
That
they
would
can
make sense.
legally, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't
That would
they
make
just
sense. Yeah.
give them a space where, like, listen, if you have a license or a membership card, or if you ain't, you know what I mean, like, there has to be requirements, right? But once you pay for this subscription or this fee, or it's a one-time fee, you can pay, go in there, use the course, lose your mind, sign a waiver, because it's like, if you hurt yourself, that's on you, making sure people
Yeah.
know, like, you ain't suing us. But like, give them a space and then charge them, and that money can go to the city. I think that would be more productive, instead of trying to chase them around the streets, trying to,
Yeah.
you know, and I love
Yeah.
that they're doing that now, though. They have to do something. But what do you think about that, this idea of like creating a space for these people and then making money off of it for the city? What do you think about
Yeah,
that idea?
absolutely. But I think that'll work. But obviously it won't work on. I would say it works. It'll work on like 50% of that population right there. Because the other 50% is the cool part is your friends and your girlfriend, the chick that you busting down around a corner, seeing you drive on a dirt bike and Willie. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the fact that you have the four wheeler or the dirt bike and you're doing it. It's the fact that you're doing it and people can see you doing it. So that's cool. So I think it'll work for maybe 50 is generous, but let's say 40. Like 40% of that population will probably have it. But like it won't stop the roving bands of ATVs and dirt bikes driving around the fucking city, because, you know, like I said, the cool part is driving in the street. The cool part is weaving through traffic. The cool part is having a chick that you banging or you want to bang on the back, and you kind of like swerving, weaving through traffic and shit like that with your homeboys. Y'all all dapping it up. Y'all all chilling. Y'all out past curfew type shit. So no, I hear what you're saying. It makes sense. I think it would bring the city some revenue. But
Yeah.
like I said, it wouldn't solve the problem, because people would just be like, you know, people. Let's say the park is in South Philly. People would be North Philly talking about something. Oh, I was on my way to the park, and the cops would be like, all right, well, I guess he was on his way to the park. Like, but it's like, I mean, I guess maybe you could put a law, be like, you gotta, you know, transport it properly or whatever. But how many of these motherfuckers could paint? They got a flatbed like that to where, you know what I mean? They put that shit in their basement. You know what I mean? They ain't got nowhere to put that. They not really, you know what I mean, about that, you know what I mean, country four-wheeler lifestyle. They're not about that shit. They want some cool points, you know what I mean? They want to make a quick clip for the gram, and you know they want to impress the chick that they got their eye on or whatever, and that's what it is. So I think that'll help, but I don't think it's definitely not going. 100% of the people are not going to go to that park because who going to see them at the park?
Who gonna pay the bread when you can just ride on Broad Street for free?
Yeah.
There's some people who might think that too. I was just trying to think of ways because I'm like, bro, with as much interest as the city has now in like the ATVs and the dirt bikes, like you could make a park, a designated park, and make it relatively inexpensive, and then just make money off it for the city. Like use it for like renovations or something. I don't know. Like this is another way to make profit in the city. Like you guys already tax us for sugar. You already tax us for the cigarettes. There's so much stuff that we get taxed for in Philly. It's like why not just add this to the list of things that you can make money for the city and create a space for these people to do that. I don't know but you're right, there's still going to be people who still do it illegally, but yeah, I don't know, bro. This is why we have laws and rules. Like I get that some laws can seem a little arbitrary, but when you give people too much freedom, this is what happens.
Yeah.
And I know that might sound fascist, and I'm sorry if it does, but I've learned through life that the more freedom people have, the more they act like fucking idiots.
You need rules, yo. You
need rules, you need structure, because left to their own devices, people will do the stupidest stuff. And I've seen it time and time again. We talked about the lights on the boulevard now, the cameras. Why? Because people wanted to go 80 on the boulevard and crash out and do stupid stuff and put people in jeopardy. And now we got cameras flashing up and down the boulevard now. And if you go over 50,
right,
click, 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 that's $100-something ticket. And
bro,
now we all, you know what I mean? Like
I don't even drive on the boulevard no more because every time I got the Camaro or whatever. Every time I used to drive on a fucking boulevard, bro, there's always some like young Spanish dude in a fucking Honda pulling up next to me, revving his fucking engine, bro. I'll be sitting there like, bro, like I'm just trying to drive, bro. I'm not 16, bro. This ain't my first car type shit. I'll be sitting there like, they're like, and they be like trying to get my attention. I'll be sitting there like, I'll be looking at seeing them at the corner of my eye. I'll be sitting there like, and I drive slow as hell. Like I start riding a brake. Like I'll be like, bro, like I'm not even. And they be like basically, you know how it is. I'm like,
I know.
Bro, I get it. Like this ain't the Fast and the Furious, bro. Like get the fuck away from me. Like
they want it to be so bad. It's like, bro, this is real life. Like there's actual this ain't Hollywood. There's real consequences to the stuff we do right here, including endangering people's lives. Like. Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Let's open it up to the family because we definitely we're with it. Open it up to the family. Have you guys experienced? I know if you're in Philly, I know you know about the dirt bikes and the ATVs. But how do you guys feel about this? You think Mayor Parker's taking a step in the right direction? Do you think there are any solutions that we haven't considered that we could maybe help address the problem or make it less of a problem? Let us know, y'all. Chime in and definitely let us know, man. We're definitely curious about it. But this was a nice pickup, Ty. Yeah, I'm glad we spoke about this one. Shout out to sorry, not Miss Parker. That's disrespectful. Shout out to Mayor Parker.
Yeah. She's doing her thing. She's trying, bro.
She's trying. And I respect her for that. So that's what's up.
All right. Until next time, yo.
All right. Until next time, y'all.